What makes a client to choose one virtual assistant out of dozens of applications? If you ever apply for any virtual assistant job, I am sure you already know there are probably dozens of other virtual assistants who apply for the same job. So, what exactly makes a client to choose one out of those dozens of applications? If you knew exactly what you will do to help that client to choose you out of the crowd, wouldn't you do that? That is why in this video, we are going to look at what exactly help a client to choose one virtual assistant out of dozens of applications so that the next application you send has the best possible chance of getting hired. In order for you to understand what you can do to make that client pick you out of the crowd, you first have to understand the client motivation. What do the client want? What does the client want to achieve by hiring a virtual assistant? Many people who want to hire a virtual assistant, they have a time problem. So they want to buy someone's time so that that person can do the time consuming tasks that they don't want to do themselves. Maybe they have too many emails that they have to respond to every day. If someone have a big business, they probably have to deal with customer support emails. They don't want to do it themselves, so they hire someone. Maybe they want to be more efficient. I will give you an example. Even though I have graphic design experience, I don't make my own YouTube thumbnails because it can take me 4 or 5 hours to make one thumbnail. So it is much easier for me to pay someone than to spend 4 hours of my time making one thumbnail. Maybe they want to be more productive by hiring a virtual assistant. So first you have to understand their motivation, and you can understand their motivation by reading their job description. If you read the job description they provided, you can easily understand what they want to achieve. When you understand this is going to help us go to the next step. And that next step is to ask yourself, can you solve their problem? If you understand what their problem is, what their motivation is, what they want to achieve by hiring a virtual assistant, can you solve that problem? Are you the right fit? You first ask yourself and be honest with yourself. If you understand, yes, you can do the job, all the things you need help with, you can do it well, then we can move to the next stage. If you are not the right fit for the job, it is going to be incredibly difficult for you to prove to them that you are the right fit for the job because you probably aren't the right fit. For example, if they need someone to do cold calling for them and you have a strong accent, you probably are not the right fit for the job. If they are looking for someone who speaks Spanish and you don't speak Spanish, you are not the right fit for the job. If they need someone who lives in a specific location to perform some physical task, you are not the right fit for the job. And you have to read the job description, understand it first, so that you know that you are the right fit for the job or not. And at this stage, you understand their motivation and you believe you are the right fit for the job because you know you can solve their problem. Then the next important step is to make sure you prove it to them. We have to prove it to them, and you can prove it to them by doing a few things. The first thing that you can do is follow their instruction. This sounds simple, but you will be surprised how many people have struggled with following instructions. One example I can give you is when you read a job description, some clients are going to add a secret word within the job description, and they will say, start your application with a word, maybe sunshine, a random word. So they just want to filter out people who doesn't read the entire job description. So if you didn't read the entire job description, you didn't follow that instruction, even if you are the right fit for the job, the moment they open your application, they see your proposal and that keyword is not there, they are just going to filter you out because you didn't follow their instruction. Some clients are going to want you to include a long video. They will say record a 2-minute long video to introduce yourself. And if you record a long video but it is 5 minutes long, then you didn't follow their instruction. If you didn't record a long video entirely, you didn't follow their instruction. They will filter you out. If they have some specific questions in the application, you make sure you answer those questions. Following instruction is the first step to showing the client you know what you are doing. And write a proposal that gives them every single reason to respond. Start your proposal by explaining your relevant skills. I will give you an example. Instead of starting your proposal with, my name is Sadiq Umar, I am applying for a position of administrative virtual assistant in your company, that is just too generic. It doesn't add any value to your proposal. Start your proposal with something like, I have read the job description you provided, and I have a strong knowledge and experience with managing multiple inboxes for high-level executives. This is very specific, and it also shows that, yes, you do have that experience. That is if they are looking for someone to manage multiple inboxes for high-level executives. And use something like 1 or 2 paragraphs to explain your relevant experiences and prove your relevant work experiences. And immediately after that, give them a link to check out either a testimonials if you have somewhere that you have testimonials, maybe a landing page, maybe a portfolio with your testimonials. Give them that. If you have a link that they can click to see some of your work samples, you give them that. That is why a portfolio is very important. If you have a very good portfolio, it should have your testimonials, your work samples, and any other information about you. So you give them that link immediately after you finish explaining your relevant work experience. And after that, you just include 1 paragraph about your interest in an interview, and then you close. Your proposal should be short, straight to the point, and anything you add in your proposal should be to convince them that you are the right fit for the job. Avoid having that long ChatGPT dash in your proposal, because anyone who saw that long dash, they know it's something that is written with ChatGPT. So even if you write it yourself and you proofread with ChatGPT, or you use ChatGPT's help to write your proposal, make sure you get rid of those long dashes, because it's just not attractive. And very, very important, make sure there are no any type of grammatical error or typing mistakes in your proposal. And it's very important for your proposal to be short and straight to the point. If you have big block of paragraphs in your proposal, they are going to feel overwhelmed with reading it, and they are going to end up scanning through the proposal without consuming all the information. This is how you apply to jobs and stand a chance of getting hired. You follow the client instruction, write a winning proposal, have an effective portfolio that is going to sell you and your skills. You are going to be surprised how many people doesn't have this theory. You are going to be surprised how many people doesn't follow instructions well. There are a lot of people who doesn't know how to write proposals, especially with ChatGPT and AI. A lot of people just copy from ChatGPT and paste. If you didn't do that, then you stand a chance of beating those people who copy and paste. A lot of people don't even have a portfolio. So if you combine these 3, if you do it right, then you are going to be that person that the client pick, because it is going to be easy for the client to see that you are the right fit for the job. And that is what they care about. If they can see that, they are going to hire you. If you want to learn more about creating an effective portfolio, check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.